What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to an all-new Let's Play Europa Universalis 4 as our Odyssean/Indian World Conquest. We are still continuing on the extended timeline mod, which actually makes the endgame continue on forever. So therefore, we aren't really necessarily in any type of time restrictions. So that is kind of nice. Ultimately, you could get the extended timeline mod for free, and I highly recommend that you check it out on the Steam store. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Ultimately, we're kind of in this period of reconstruction. Though we annihilated Wanpar and Gujarat, we surprisingly enough, we lost a lot of troops. We went from roughly around 60,000 all the way down to around 8,000. So obviously, as the time goes by, our manpower is going to continue to improve itself. And I guess all that we really need to do, we did finally embrace our very first institution, which was the Renaissance. Though, now that we've embraced it, I guess what needs to happen is all of these areas, I suppose, are going to finally continue to tick up very, very highly. And I guess within the next year, all of the Renaissance is going to spread through our empire. And so our next goal is to start working on colonialism, though it's actually much, much closer than it was in the Renaissance. So Sind is going to head on over to Mewar, and then once it hits Mewar, it should finally hit my territory as well. Surprisingly enough, Ming is probably going to be the last one to embrace colonialism. And obviously, as I stated before, the printing press is going to be continuing to expand, though sadly enough, I feel like this road system, even though we have 10% more institution spread, I don't think we're really going to be getting the printing press until the year 1600. It was 1602, but unfortunately that is like 30 years away. So sadly, nothing much I can do. It looks like Gujarat won their war against Mewar, which I find very, very curious. I think what happened is, even though I annihilated Wanpar, Gujarat, and Sind, I feel like because I got a white peace with Wanpar, all of their troops just crushed Mewar. I don't know too much. Anyway, we're in this period of reconstruction. I've got a lot of rebels that are going to be popping up. However, as time goes by, not only are all of our cores being worked on, but this war exhaustion is going to be ticking down by 0.1 every single month. So the idea is, I mean, if we look at Malabar, we could lose 3.96 war exhaustion unrest just through war exhaustion. So that is nice. I can intervene in a war between Ottomans and Austria. Absolutely not going to do that. Looks like, unfortunately, we have a little bit of rebels. I am going to march on through with my most powerful leader, who is a 3-1, and kind of the reason why I wanted to get offensive ideas is because this guy could be a 4-2 general, and this guy could be a 3-2 general. So all of our generals would be so much more powerful if I went with those ideas. And if I did ever have to find myself in a war with Ming, I mean, I'm going to have a really powerful military. I'm just nervous because they are such a powerful country. It is going to be a little bit of an issue. Let's take a look at Mysore. We have positive 200 relations. Unfortunately, though, the aggressive expansion and the forced vassalization are essentially eating me alive. Let's take a look at Bamanis. We are slowly improving our relations, and I believe very soon, if I had roughly 100 extra prestige, I probably could annex them, and it would definitely not take as long as I thought it would. So it looks like we are obviously moving on in. We have annihilated some of those troops. Unfortunately, we lost about 800 manpower, so it's about 1 month's worth, I guess 1.5 months worth of manpower. Should I go ahead and unlock the Spanish Square? I don't think I'm going to do that because I want the negative 5% technology cost reduction. Same thing with the Grand Shipyard and Road. Trying to think if there's anything else. Very soon, I want to be obviously annexing Mysore. Though we definitely need a lot of aggressive expansion. The depletion of the European beaver. The demand for furs have been constantly rising throughout the Middle Ages, and increasingly colder climate has not done anything to change this lately. So now I guess all of the furs that are produced inside Russia are going to be made very, very making quite a bit of money. 3.5 ducats now per fur. And obviously, most of them are in Russia, Scandinavia, and a lot of North American provinces have a lot of fur and game. Okay, looking at our political map mode, I would like to go ahead and produce more trade ships in all of these areas. I'd like around 25 in each. I get that this is going to be costing us money, but I don't mind. And I'm curious, no ships in this fleet can be upgraded. I guess we still have all caravels. And we will unlock the early frigate at level 60, so that is going to be about a decade, maybe 15 years later. I would like to use this military power, though. I don't really want to unlock the Spanish square. Let's go ahead and look at our... what's the word I'm looking for? We could look at development. Or we could look for a grasslands province and just improve that. So, I see that we have a grasslands province here. It's going to be very, very cheap to improve this grains province. But unfortunately, I can really only improve the military power by so much. So I guess what we're going to do is just move around this area. Yeah, see, and Bastar, I can't even improve this at all. Same thing with Garjat. So most of this area is pretty much used up. I suppose I would like to improve a lot of this region. If I had extra Diplo power or admin, I would put it to good use, but those are so important, I don't think it's worth my time. Okay, I'm still looking around. I'm probably going to use about 200 more. I see the autonomy is very low here, making 268 manpower. Maybe we can improve that by just a little bit, going from 268 to almost 1,200. And so I did go over my limit, but I think I'm fine with that. Improve the capital. We could either waste a lot of manpower or waste a lot of coin. I think I will gladly, remove a little bit of manpower because essentially that's free. And we've improved our capital by 1 base taxation, bringing us up from 30 development to 31. And we probably made roughly 6.16 additional taxation every single month, which is essentially almost a free unit. I do like that very, very much. I see these rebels inside Terhut are probably going to spawn. So you are going to go here, you are going to go to Lower Doab. And all we really want to do is try to prevent them from spawning altogether. Just in case you are going to move over, and you are going to move over. Everybody else seems like they are in a viable position. Okay, 80% inside Gujarat. How are these cores coming along? Very, very poorly. I could improve my stability. Don't think I will, though. In fact, I could unlock the courthouse. I don't think I will do that either. And the idea behind that is if I could somehow embrace colonialism, yeah, colonialism is going to be very far away. So maybe I will go ahead and unlock if I can get out of the screen. I didn't really want to spend all this administrative power in the courthouse, but sadly, it's only going to get more expensive with this institution penalty until I could finally embrace that. We're making a lot of coin, about 37 ducats a month. Obviously, we have centralization from economic ideas, so the autonomy is going to slowly go down in a lot of these places that we just conquered. And it looks like the rebel factions are slowly ticking away. Looks like we have a 4th fleet as well. Where did you guys come from? Inside Bengal. I think eventually all of these fleets will, hopefully move into this Bengal trade node. If not, I'll cry. Our buildings and ships are being finished up. These rebels are trying to dissipate. Can I improve relations with Ming? They don't like me, and I guess that's fine. This guy has still rivaled me. He's growing very, very strong. Peiyu, we can improve relations. We could even get a royal marriage, but I would love to conquer more of this Bengal trade node. And Persia, of course. I would love to get an alliance with them, but we are basically... I don't think that'll ever really happen. And the idea is why I want an alliance with Persia. I will gladly assist them against the Ottomans. I don't want the Ottomans to just continually grow and grow and grow. Okay, we have Gujarat separatists that are probably going to be spawning. Is there anything I can do? I can improve the autonomy of South Konkan. I think I will do that. Should I do it anywhere else? Every time I do this, I will probably remove quite a few troops from spawning. I would have to say I probably removed about 6,000. So all that's left is Shawl and Baroda. So Shawl and Baroda. Let's just improve these. I would rather not fight any type of rebels if I, just lose a little bit of income, and that's fine by me. And due to the centralization, it will improve over time. So I guess we finished up that. We've improved relations with Persia. Our cores are coming along nicely. And I'm willing to bet that once we have cored these areas, a lot of rebels are going to go away. Our ships are still constructing. Could we build any additional constables? We could. We could make 2 more. I guess we could build, obviously, a lot more, but the idea is I want to get a lot of income out of these. Should I build some workshops? I could, but it's not really worth my time. What about some weapons manufacturers? None. What about some naval equipment? Not worth my time either. Don't really want any roads. Should I get any trade depots? Vijayanagara could get 5 supply, but I guess my question is there an estuary? No. Or local center of power, or local trade node, I guess is what I'm asking for. Coastal center of trade, or estuary. Obviously, there would not be a coast or an estuary in the middle of India, but who knows. Recalling our diplomat from Pegu. And I believe very, very soon our cores will be finished on up. And it looks like all of these rebels are going to tick away, probably within the next 2 or 3 months. And we didn't really lose any actual manpower due to any fights. All we lost were some money, and I guess some very small, minor fractions of a manpower. Obviously, the autonomy went from gaining about 115 manpower a year to, I believe, about 14. So not too bad. Rebels are still ticking on up. Let's go ahead and bring our army maintenance on down. We're making around 49 ducats a turn. Let's gain 50 admin. And I guess what I'm going to do, I didn't really want to do this to begin with, but let's look at our constable, and I said, I guess we're just going to build them all. Get as much taxation as we possibly can. And looking at, we just did our constable. Let's look at our workshop. I guess we could build 4 here. What about our barracks? I guess we're just going to spend our money, improve whatever the heck we can. I wonder, do we want more shipyards? We probably will. Do we want any marketplaces? Not really. Or Vijayanagara would improve by a lot. But, you know, it'd be easier just to build light ships. And I would like to build roads, but it's definitely not worth my time right now. I think I'm going to leave all of these forts on up. We have a corrupt ambassador. And I guess all we're really going to do is sit back, relax, try to improve our economy. And it looks like one of our advisors passed away, our military advisor. The additional manpower modifier would be really nice, but I don't know if I want to spend that kind of money. So instead, I think I'm going to get this guy. He's absolutely garbage, so actually I might just retire him. Got the same man, not the same man, but the same kind of advisor. Anything would be better than that. Not this, though. All I want is one of these guys, but unfortunately, because they are both level 2 and level 3 advisors currently available, I'm not going to get those. So I think what I'm going to try to do is get discipline or try to save some money. Royal marriage from Mewar. Sure, why not? So I'm looking for some sort of quartermaster. I keep getting military engineers, and I don't need that. Though, speaking of forts, it might not be a bad idea. Oh my goodness. I've probably wasted 150 coin searching for the correct advisor. I wish I could spend maybe 2 or 3 times the amount and just select the advisor I want, but I guess I just can't. A mild reprimand will be enough. Anti-clericalism, 15 loyalty, or 10 influence, or force them to pay. The Merchant Guild would be upset, but I would gain some money. I think what I'm going to do is I don't necessarily mind the nobility. Oh, excuse me, this is the clergy. A mild reprimand will be enough. I like the trade efficiency. I feel like I'm making a lot of money, a lot of coin, a lot of income. Surprisingly enough, we have a lot of inflation as well. I'm guessing it was from all of those events. Did we ever get ourselves the advisor we wanted? We literally are getting even though I said I wanted a quartermaster, I really meant a grand captain, because I think what happens is basically your army maintenance modifier goes down by 10%. This guy is not good either. I'm probably going to spend around 300 coin looking for the correct advisor. Right now we're on like 7 different advisors. Here we go, land maintenance modifier, the Grand Captain. So basically, it's going to cost me 2.5 a month, but we're really going to save around 2.5 a month. So I guess he's free. So that is nice to see. But the idea is basically maybe those the 300 coin that we lost is slowly, because this unit is free, if we did the calculations over 100 months, 120 months from now, assuming that this man lives 10 years, we will recoup that investment, and assuming that this guy actually stays ours for about 10 years, because I obviously could switch over to a discipline advisor, and I wouldn't make that money back. Let's see, but every month that goes by, that 300 investment is going to just trigger down. A Queen of the People, once again. I would rather not be in... I don't want to lose admin or money, so let's just gain legitimacy. And I guess I'm a little curious. I do have a lot of people that are very upset with me, most of India, surprisingly enough. But what I would like to do is prepare for a war. I just don't know with who. I would like to declare war on Pegu. I will have the manpower soon. I have a lot of money. I have a lot of income. I probably could defeat Ming, but it would definitely be a very hard war to be a part of. They're in a war with Russia and Odoyev right now as we speak. And it looks like Russia is getting annihilated, which makes sense. But all I really need to do to win these wars, if I just built up a really powerful, like, Maginot line of forts, we should really be able to just annihilate anything and everyone. Looking at Bengal, just in case, yeah, Ming is really their only ally. It'd be cool if I declared war on Bengal and Ming did not assist. But it looks like Bengal is going to gobble up bits and pieces of Wanpar, which I don't like. And you would think this wasteland would be like mountains and not jungle, but who knows. Poor governmental policies. Let's go ahead and lose a little bit of money rather than stability. I have additional diplomats. Looks like Bamanis finally has positive 200 relations, and Mysore is probably nowhere near that. It looks like we're now 77 once we improve this. Should I go ahead and unlock the Grand Shipyard? I probably should, I just don't want to. And it looks like we are now a lawgiver, giving us monthly autonomy reduction. Our king here is absolute garbage, so hopefully our heir will be a lot better. It's kind of having a benefit of being a republic, is because you get to choose the leader that will obviously be leading your nation. Okay, what can I do here? Looking at Odisha, Mewar, Wanpar. I really can't do all that much. We're gaining a lot of income. Who is our heir? A 313. Pretty garbage as well. But still inside the Odyssean dynasty, which is obviously amazing. And a strong claim to the throne. So what I would like to do is declare war on Bengal, just in case I am going to build up my spy network. I'm assuming that Russia and Ming are going to fight it on out. It would be amazing if I could either declare war on... Actually, Pegu would probably be the best, because then I could swing on... yeah, you're still a tributary state of Ming, too. Let's go into meditation. But it'd be cool if I could take some bits and pieces from Bengal. Really, like, if I could own, like, this fort, I would definitely build that up to be as strong as possible, and then I highly doubt Ming could just swing on by. Actually, in fact, they could go through Pegu, so I would have to build it inside Tripura. But the better the fort we have, the more garrison. Though it obviously costs a lot more income, it will hold out a hell of a lot longer. And our manpower is slowly improving, almost at maximum manpower. And I guess I'm going to have to end this episode. So thank you all so much for joining me. Hope you'll have an awesome day. I will see you in our next adventure.